Again,
Oh. Wow. Oh.
oh, that's that. Can you read that? Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh. Wow. Oh. Wow. Oh.
Y'all, I'm ready for people to come in here because I want to talk about the Nevaeh situation. Like a lie. I just ain't feel like doing a video like that. So I'm just gonna come up here and talk about the Nevaeh situation. So Nevaeh was in the kitchen, okay, and she was talking to Carlissa. Carlissa basically was telling her how to make the potatoes, the fries, or whatever that she was trying to make, okay? And I guess she was trying to put seasoning salt on it and garlic salt on it. So Carlissa was just telling her, like, look, if you put those two things on there, it's gonna be way too much salt. Like, it's gonna be like extremely salty. Don't nobody want no salty ass food. So I guess she talk about some, you're so annoying. Why don't you just go wash your ass? And I'm not gonna lie, like, if one of my kids partners told me that shit, I probably would have slapped the shit out of her. Like, no cap. Not about to come here and play with me. And then on top of that, we on stream. So I feel like you're trying to be funny. A lot of people are saying, like, oh, that's just a relationship that they have. I don't believe that, not one bit. I don't. I just feel like Nevaeh sees how Blueface talks to his mother, so she feels like it's okay to talk to his mom as well. And you could tell she was throwing shots at his mother because she like, oh, my mama married and she white and she don't know how to cook. And she married to a black man. Like, she know how to keep a black man. And Carlissa was like, oh, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, Carlissa kind of, I don't know, she kind of got thrown back at it, or she kind of thought it was funny. But Nevaeh is like, you know, my mama's married and she don't know how to cook. But the thing about it is, Nevaeh, you're not married. And then on top of that, you're in this house. He's currently looking for an apartment with another woman. You're watching this shit on stream. And it was a clip of her on the stream watching him streaming. And I guess her son was like, oh, mom, look at the stars or something like that he was saying up in the ceiling. And she was like, okay, boy, I don't give a something to that effect that she does not care. And a lot of people's like, oh no, she was talking to her stream. No, she was not. She was talking to that little boy. You know why? She's too busy looking at what Blueface is doing. She can't think, okay? She can't even think. Like, right now, her son is not a factor. Right now, he's a nuisance because right now, she can't think. She can't think right now. So he's like a non-factor to her when she's trying to figure out what is going on. And it just looked really sad. And some people up there like, oh no, she was talking to the stream, she was doing this. No, she was not. No, she was not. She was not talking to the stream. She was talking to that little boy. And in fact, it's really sad for real, because that little boy, he just want attention from his mama, you feel me? But she too distracted trying to figure out what this dude is doing on stream with other women. And I guess on another little clip that I have seen, because like I told y'all, I get my shit from clips. I don't watch people's shit. I just get my shit from clips and clips and clips, okay? And I have seen on her clip that he came in and she was like, didn't really want to give him a kiss or nothing like that. And he like, you know, what's going on? And she like, you know, I just don't feel the need to give you a kiss. And he was like, oh, I know what can tear you up. I'm gonna send you $1,000 right now. And she's like, oh, she was like, I still don't feel like kissing you. And then he's like, but you could still send it though. Like, you could tell that it's like she's only staying with him because of the money. We already know this shit already. There's no, I honestly don't believe that she has real feelings, to be honest. I honestly don't even believe that that is the kid. I've seen ultrasounds. I've seen the other ex that came out and was saying that that's possibly his kid. And honestly, I think this is another Krishan situation as far as the kid. I honestly feel like it's another Krishan situation all over again, because that damn ultrasound, I don't know. And people talk about, oh, it's just ultrasound plus Nevaeh got a big nose too, whatever. Okay, Nevaeh probably do got a big nose. But that ultrasound right there, definitely, especially the nose. I wish I had my other phone, because I really like to show receipts. And I don't have my phone. But I really like to show receipts or whatever. And I just can't even show you that right now. But all I know is that that damn baby in that girl's stomach, I don't know, okay? I don't really know about that. I don't know about that. I don't think. But I want to switch the conversation a little bit. So, basically, young boy came out, okay, and was basically saying that Carlissa is a bitch. She acts like she wants to get screwed by her son. He basically told her in all words that your son is dumb because Nevaeh, that little feather that she has on her face, basically his name is under that feather. And I definitely do believe that, because you could tell that Nevaeh definitely gets around, but she act like she don't. Like, she one of them girls that get around but act like she don't. But then again, she did definitely come out on an interview and told us that she basically used to sell her private areas to take care of her kid, or take care of her, whatever the case may be. So, and like I said, Nevaeh probably does get around a lot. There is a lot of people that's coming out and saying that they've been with her. Just like there's a lot of people that's coming out and saying that they've been with Blueface. It's all the same motherfucking thing. But what really, really hits the fan is when Youngboy comes out and says this. And it's all because of Carlissa. Carlissa likes to run her mouth. She on stream, she's saying shit about people, and you putting your son in problems and you don't even know it. Like, you think you're doing something cute, but you're not. You're really putting your son in problems. And to be honest, I don't feel like Carlissa should be there telling Nevaeh how to cook or how to clean, which I do feel like Nevaeh was disrespectful for telling that lady to go wash her ass, you feel me? Because a lot of people were saying, like, I'm not about to be talking to my mother-in-law like that, you feel me? And I agree with that. You don't need to be talking to your mother-in-law like that. But to be honest, I feel like the reason why Nevaeh talked to her like that is because, number one, Blueface talks to his mom like that. And then number two, I feel like Carlissa definitely disrespected her. I have a video that's coming out. I believe it already came out not too long ago. But Carlissa was definitely disrespecting her, saying, you know, that baby is not a junior, da-da-da-da-da. You know, you need to get married first. Like, I feel like Carlissa needs to stay in her lane, you know what I'm saying, and do your own thing. Like, stop trying to get into your son's dramas or your son's affairs, because it's not funny. And in the midst of this, you're being very messy and you're starting up unnecessary drama and beef for your son that he cannot handle. So I just feel like Carlissa needs to stay in her lane. And then also, she don't need to be up there telling Nevaeh how to cook or how to clean or whatever the case may be. If Nevaeh wants to put dishwashing liquid, Dawn dishwashing liquid on her potatoes, then that's what the fuck she does. You don't have to eat that shit. Your son does. So you should have just let that shit be. You feel me? Like, she want to do that. That's some shit that she does. Let that shit be. You telling her how to season her potatoes and shit, which I get what you're trying to do, but you're doing it in a little messy way. And it's not really funny, for real. And I think Nevaeh feels some type of way about that. No cap. I honestly do. But it's like, she trying to tell her, oh, you better press out them burgers, because it'll be like meatballs and all of this extra shit. It's just certain ways that you say things. And I just feel like Nevaeh is upset because of all of the things that Carlissa came out on stream or came out on video and said about Nevaeh, as far as all of the shit that she said about Nevaeh. So honestly, you can't really hold Nevaeh for real, because Carlissa be saying some weird shit, and at the end of the day, they is both grown, you feel me? So Carlissa do need to show a little bit of respect, and she needs to tuck a little bit, because I feel like she be doing a little bit too much. I honestly do. She needs to tuck away from doing too goddamn much. She just does too much. And I'm gonna come out with a video and actually do a reaction of Youngboy reacting or whatever, or saying whatever he was saying to Carlissa and Blueface, and what he was saying about Nevaeh, because I honestly do believe that shit. That definitely looked like a cover-up. Can't nobody tell me shit, and I want to get to the bottom of this damn shit. I want to get to the bottom of it. I want to get to the bottom of it, seriously. But I'm already about to do a video on that. So if you're new to my channel, if you're just seeing me, go check out my channel. But I'm about to be doing a reaction video on Youngboy coming out and responding to Carlissa, because Carlissa be saying his name a couple of times in stream and calling him dumb and being disrespectful. So of course he came out And he had something to say about that shit. And he came out and he said what he had to say. And to be honest, what he had to say was very valid to me, because I do feel like Carlissa wants her son as a boyfriend, a husband, whatever she wants, whatever she got going on her head. I feel like she wants that with her son. That's just my opinion. She's just a little too messy when it comes on to her kids. Sometimes you need to let your kids have space and let them be free to be an adult and be free to make those decisions. You already messed up as a mother as it is. I'm gonna tell you this now. You messed up completely as a mother. I don't know what father he has, but the father does not look straight at all. That man looks bi. I can say he looks bi. He does not look straight. You already messed up already. You feel me? You already messed up already. As far as upbringing your son and teaching him the ropes on how to be a good man. You messed that all the way up. All the way. I mean, completely. You could tell that none of your kids respect you at all. The daughter doesn't respect you. The other son, whatever the case may be, is, I just feel like you're too messy. You're too much in their business. You're too much in it. Too much. It's just getting a little too messy. And I feel like you definitely need to act your age. You're not acting your age, not one bit. You're acting like somebody that actually wants to get... I ain't gonna lie. You acting like you want your son. You acting like that real bad. So, I have a video, but I didn't really touch base. I didn't really go too hard on Carlissa like that. I was just saying of what she was saying about Nevaeh's baby, how she was calling the baby a bastard and the baby's still in her stomach. I don't even know what's going on, because when you call somebody a bastard, usually typically that means that they ain't got no daddy. So I don't know if she's trying to basically hint to everybody that that's not her son, that's not her son's baby. My bad. But why else would you be calling this girl's son a bastard if you ain't think that's not your son's baby? So there's a lot of questions that a lot of people have, and yeah, I'm gonna be touching that shit into my video, because I want to get to the bottom of the shit too. Like, what's really going on? Do you like her? You don't like her? Because it's too much. I hate moms like you. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all be fake as hell. Y'all be phony as hell. 1 minute y'all like the bitch, 1 minute y'all don't like the bitch. Like, make up your mind. I don't like mothers like you at all. And God knew why he didn't give me a son, because I'm not playing with none of my kids, especially my son. Definitely going to teach my son how to be a man. Definitely going to teach him how to treat a woman. Most y'all lack that. So yeah, I'm just going to touch bases on that on my video. So, I believe my video already came out. Don't even hold me, because I'm not home. I don't have my other phone. I don't know. I schedule my shit, so don't hold me. But I believe my shit did come out, so make sure y'all go watch that, and make sure y'all put y'all comments in the comment section. You feel me? I like to hear other people's comments. And yeah, you know, everybody's opinion is good here. You feel me? So whatever you have to say, you definitely can drop that down in the comment box below, and yeah, we could chat, because I'm just kind of confused on the whole situation. I really am. It's a lot of shit going on over there in that little section, so I'm going to be touching bases. Anyway, I'm gonna change the story. So it's this lady that she works as a caregiver, and she goes to the caregiver's home and she takes care of the lady. Okay, mind you, this lady is an older lady, and this lady claims to have problems with her brain. Okay, so she blames everything on her brain. All right, so the caregiver goes there. She does everything that she's supposed to do for this lady that claims that she has brain problems or whatever. And usually if you have brain problems, you forget a lot, and you do, you know, shit that's not really, I wouldn't say you don't do shit on purpose. Okay, so one day the caregiver, you know, goes with her to her appointments. First of all, the red flag for the caregiver is that the caregiver is there all day, right? She cleans, she does whatever she has to do for this lady, but she notices that the lady does not give her anything to drink, or she doesn't offer her nothing to drink for the whole 5 hours. She don't offer her nothing to eat. So she automatically thinks like, hold on, that is a red flag. You know what I'm saying, for this lady to be acting like this. So she let it go. She asks the caregiver for a water. I mean, not the caregiver. She asked the client for a water, okay? The client was like, oh, yeah, go ahead. You can get whatever you want, okay? So she gets the water or whatever. Fast forward, she goes to her appointment. She has transportation come and pick her up and the caregiver up. But she notices that the transportation is the same as the client, okay? Because the caregiver is clearly not the same as the client and the provider ride lady, okay? So she gets to the provider ride. She gets to her appointment. She has the caregiver walking up and down. Mind you, this lady is supposed to be like 80 years old. I don't know. She has the caregiver walking up and down the hospital. Mind you, it's a big ass hospital. So after she's walking down up and down the hospital, going to the basement, going to go check on her fake ass cousin. I don't know. She come back up. She goes to all the different cafeterias because supposedly this hospital has a lot of cafeterias in it. So she goes there, gets food, whatever. Don't offer the caregivers nothing. Gets her food, whatever. She's waiting, and all of a sudden, she goes, gets her food. She eats and everything in front of the caregiver, okay? She's just eating her food in front of the caregiver, just not even caring. And you know, the caregiver is just sitting there. But mind you, the caregiver is not hungry. Okay, she's not really hungry, but it's just a count. It's just a thought that counts. And you feel me? Even if the client didn't have money, at least play it off like, hey, do you want a water? Do you want a juice? Like a chip, whatever the fuck. Like, it's only $1. So she eats her food in front of the caregiver. You know, the caregiver is just like, you know, whatever. They go upstairs for her appointment. Mind you, she's at the appointment super early. She's not telling the caregiver what time the appointment is. And mind you, the caregiver is supposed to be getting off at 3:30. So she already playing games. The caregiver like, hold on, when is I'm supposed to be getting off? Or when is your appointment? So she's like, oh, she told the caregiver, like, oh, I just get here when I can, when provider ride brings me. Like, I just get the first available appointment for provider ride. So that right there already, like, told the caregiver, like, okay, she planned already. Like, when is her appointment for real? Because she telling the caregiver, excuse me, that her appointment is at 11. And it's already 11 already. So we get upstairs, we're waiting. She falls sick, okay? Mind you, the caregiver's in her phone. She's doing what she's doing because, shit, we're at an appointment. We're not doing nothing. You're sitting over there. The caregiver's sitting over there. Why not? She could be on her phone if she wants to be on her phone, okay? So the client falls sick, okay? And she starts throwing up everywhere. First of all, she told the caregiver, like, oh, I'm feeling a little sick. Can you go get me a bag? So the caregiver goes and gets her a bag. The caregiver goes and gives her paper towels and wet them up so she could put it on her head and her neck. Okay. And she come back, you know, give her that. And then she's like, oh, tell them that I need an ambulance. Mind you, we're at the hospital. So I go and I'm like, the caregiver goes and she's like, okay, hey, this lady needs EMS. And I guess the hospital, they have their own ambulance. They call it something else, MTM or something like that. They call it or whatever. So the dude comes back and asks the client, is everything okay? She's like, what don't y'all understand? I need a goddamn ambulance. So once he hears that, like, he gets so frightened. He starts running to go get the EMT, whatever. So after that, she falls unsick. So she's not sick anymore. And she's like, look, if I'm gonna be waiting here and waiting for the EMT or whatever they call it, then I'm gonna die. And she's like, I'm just about to leave. Like, I'm not even playing. I'm gonna leave. So her and the caregiver get downstairs and back onto the shuttle bus. Back to the next building, back to the different cafeterias, back to the basement. And caregiver was just thinking, like, is this lady really sick? Like, is she faking or what's